Welcome to the Roar Room, truth on the mic. Healing the soul, we rise and ignite. Mind, body, spirit aligned in the flame. Roar Room tribe, we roar in our name.
Woke up, checked the prices, thought my phone wasn't lying. Gas jumped overnight, no, nobody's even trying. Grocery looking thinner, but the bill's getting fatter. They say cooling inflation, but my wallet knows it's chatter. They blame the weather, blame the workers, blame supply chain complications. But somebody's cashing in on all these so-called explanations. It's opportunistic inflation, greed in a three-piece suit vacation. They raise the price, then raise the glass, while we're stretching every dollar, pumping broken to the gas. Yeah, they call it economics, but it feels like domination. Opportunistic inflation, we're done with the manipulation. We got oil in the ground, but they keep the pump slow, saying global markets like we ain't supposed to know. Rent sky high, food's gold plated, and the folks in the boardroom stay insulated. They say just be patient, but patience don't pay bills, and the only thing trickling down is corporate thrills. It's opportunistic inflation, greed in a three-piece suit vacation. They raise the price, then raise the glass, while we're working double shifts just to keep them falling flat. Yeah, they call it economic, but it feels like domination. Opportunistic inflation, we're done with the manipulation. We the people ain't crazy, we see what's going on. They profit off the struggle, then tell us to stay strong. But we're louder than the silence, tougher than the schemes, and we ain't buying lies sold as American dreams. Opportunistic inflation, a nationwide exploitation. But we're standing up, well, we're speaking out. No more suffering quiet while they laugh behind the clouds. Yeah, they call it economics, but we call it revelation. Opportunistic inflation, time for a new foundation. Time for a new foundation.
There we go. Welcome to the War Room. It is March 25th, 2026. All right.
Yes, it is.
Damn, it's already 2026. So yesterday was like
Crazy, huh?
2020.
Almost April.
So it's hump day. Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
All right. Welcome, Miss Nadine. Welcome, Miss Glendia.
Oh, Liz has got the right idea. This is where the party is.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, that's first song, right?
I like that.
I like it too.
So tonight's title is No Noticing Allowed, as you can see on the screen here. No noticing allowed. All right.
Not supposed to.
You're not supposed to
Notice
notice
over
certain things,
everything.
guys. Stay asleep. Just follow politicians blindly into the pits of hell. Right. And while you're at it, pick up a shirt from Miss Glendia. At Glendia's T-shirts. Glendia's T-shirts on Telegram. HTTTME. Glendia's T-shirts.
Yeah, they're nice
Also,
and comfortable.
yeah, I like my white one. The white with the gold letter.
I got the black with the
Mhm.
silver with the lion. I love that one. I just ordered us another one.
And the shirts don't shrink
The
either.
new one.
Right.
Yeah, they don't shrink either.
And the
Yeah.
lion is beautiful. The lion, the details on it, it's really pretty. It's got
Yes,
that gold metallic color. I'm gonna
yes.
try to do a red cardinal clan T-shirt. Put a beautiful cardinal on it. See
Oh,
how
I
that
love
comes out.
that. I love
Mhm.
that. That would be nice. Yeah, and the letters don't come off or nothing.
Yeah, if you'd like a
Yeah.
t-shirt, go in the description and the links below. You'll see the order form and everything you need to
Mhm.
contact. Also, sheepdogspets.com. Mushroom Ladies.
Yes,
What
their
else we
products
got?
are amazing.
All right, so we're going to start off the show here with Laura Loomer. So she's they're calling her what's that guy that predicted the future? Nostradamus. They're calling it.
Nostradamus,
Yeah, that she's Nostradamus on X right now.
Warstadimus,
Mossad doesn't send their best. They're rapists,
Loomer,
murderers.
Loomer, Doomer, Loomer
Larry
Doomer.
Larry Doomer here. You know, the one that has Trump's ear, right? She's always talking to Trump. Trump's always like communicating with her, and
Yes.
they're like best buds and shit.
Yeah, it's getting some not good intel from her.
All right, so heads up, guys. Soon, this is from Larry now. March 24th. This was yesterday, 9:37 a.m. She woke up and wanted. I mean, yeah, woke up. Got 1 million views on it. That's a lot. They're so not pushing this account,
No,
right? So soon there will be a massive Islamic terror attack in America.
is what she's saying.
Yeah, because the Islamic terrorists called her and let her know that,
Oh,
so that
okay.
she can go on X and tell everybody
Oh, okay.
that if a terrorist attack happens, it's Islam. Okay, you got to
Got it.
go with it
Got it.
in order to so that we can progress with the Iranian stuff,
So we need to all stick with the plot.
so that we can do like we did after the Pearl Harbor when they rounded up all the Japanese Americans in America and put them in FEMA camps. That's what Larry wants to do, but to Muslims. But that's not Islamophobic or anti-Semitic.
Right.
Now, if I call out Larry here, it's anti-Semitic. But Larry here can call out and talk about any religion. They have free reign, free will, right? Should talk about whoever they want. So if there's a terrorist attack, Larry wants you to know it's going to be the Islam terror, and the perpetrators will likely have financial ties to podcasters and those who are sowing discord for foreign nations in America. Isn't she a podcast too,
Hmm?
with Larry?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I think he
I
should.
never watched her.
I haven't either. Uh, well, apparently he's pregnant, so I think guys can have babies
Oh,
now.
kidding.
I, I was shocked that somebody was tapping out. There. Somebody is. Woo. Somebody, y'all pray for Larry or her husband or baby's daddy. Pray for Larry's baby daddy.
Is she married? No, she was married.
Well, she's pregnant. She announced it at the
Oh,
White House.
okay. Well,
Well, Trump announced it.
maybe it's a designer baby.
What kind of shows are you watching, Sheepdog?
Man, it's called the shit show at the White House.
Right?
But we're not supposed to notice, y'all. Just don't notice. No noticing allowed. So Nostradamus here predicts there will be many casualties, and only then will it maybe set in that people have been conned into supporting a terrorist psyop to distract you from the threat of Islam. Okay? While the enemy plotted to destroy our country from within with botted conspiracy theories, it will likely be 10 times worse than 9/11. Damn. Wow. How do you know what kind of attack?
Right?
How do you know it's going to be 10 times as like, are you threatening us, Larry? Larry, are you threatening us? Or is this where the politicians go, oh my God,
If we said
we
that
better
from
do
the
what they
beginning-
want?
they would be looking at us like we were a terrorist to even say that.
I know. And he's in the Pentagon.
Uh-huh.
Hit Larry and Jack Posobiec.
Yeah.
Crazy, ain't it? Let me get that on the screen there. There we go. So, and it's going to trace right back to the woke right in some way. Wow. And they know where it's going to trace back to. I wonder if she's called the FBI and let them know all this.
or our finest.
I just have this sense, this like sixth sense that something's coming.
Just have a sense, huh?
So there you go.
Maybe we'll have some arrests.
So what could be 10 times more like 10 times more worse than 9/11? Damn, that's going to be earth shattering.
Whatever it is.
So I think this is a Mossad agent here exposing themselves, trying to run the Islam fear porn from 2003 that used to work, but it doesn't work anymore because the younger generations aren't buying into it. They weren't around when everyone got psyoped in 2000. They were just born babies, so they didn't go through it. So they're having better chance at this than their older generations.
I think they came in like that. I don't know. They weren't. Well, they don't have the propaganda.
Right.
They don't really.
They see through the proper
have
bullshit.
No fear of it.
Sorry, guys. I should have put a warning.
So Larry's telling
PG-13.
Larry's got to tell on himself because supposedly that makes everything okay if you do nasty, evil shit.
Right.
That's not how it works there, Larry. Not how it works. You don't come in like good people. We don't go out thinking let's go screw some people over. We better back ourselves up by doing some good works. No, good people don't think like that. It's these people that have a messed up situation in their heads. They go out thinking, all right, I'm going to do some good old fashioned shit on some people. So I better go spend some money at the Boys and Girls Club and, do all this other. You're messed up if you think like that. If you think intentionally that you got to do good deeds because of what you might do or what you're going to do, you're going to do it. Sick.
ABB68 says, I had paragliders at the lake a few days ago, guys. I gave the warning to the chat channel. They're going to come with 10 paragliders this time. Islamic paragliders. Hey, and they're going to have ISIS flags hanging off the back of them with Qurans. They're going to be throwing little Quran leaflets out.
That's right.
Oh, and IDs are going to be found at the crash site.
Hey,
they showed that paraglider coming in at the lake. Remember?
Larry is a dude. This is the Larry Loomer. Laura Loomer. Somebody said who? Did she say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to let you know somebody's asking about. Linda was asking about who was Larry.
Oh, it's a joke. Laura Loomer. We called her.
Oh, you got to see the where Larry morphed into Laura. You have to see the transcript. You have to see him when he was a dude to now.
That's even an ugly man. Bud's not even.
Yeah, this is they don't. They talked a lot about transgenders in sports. They should have said something about transgenders in the Pentagon.
No shit. Oof. Just because you put some hair on, some slap, and a flowered dress does not make you a woman.
Right?
Yeah, that's what they say, Sue, that she looks just like the person on the saw.
Yes, she does. Well, enjoy this now because there's going to start eliminating things with AI and you won't be able to do stuff like that or talk bad about it.
Tell them, Bud. Bud's even telling them, man, y'all better wake up. So this is what Laura's talking about, attacking ourselves and then blaming it on another country. Like JFK in 1962, the government proposed to bomb cities in Florida, blame Castro, then invade Cuba. That's what she's wanting to do. That's what they're wanting to do. That's what So they use propaganda, like for instance, the plant blowing here in Port Arthur.
Yes.
They were like saying, "Oh, that's Iranians did that."
Nope.
Nope, propaganda, right? These plants blow up all the time down here.
Yep.
Always. Now the timing is kind of
suspect,
but we can talk about that. What was this operation? What for when they were gonna? What was that operation?
Northwood.
Northwoods. This is Operation Northwoods. Right. So let me remove that. Let me go to the next clip here. But we're not supposed to notice none of this. Let's stay asleep. Blindly follow. Let me go to. Here we
And who
go.
is this?
What's that?
Who is that?
So what they want to do? What's that? Is this like, for instance, this will help explain it. All right. Here's Israel. They come in with a fake thing, and then we get a knee-jerk reaction and kick the Arab country in the butt. Like that. So you get it?
Yeah.
Israel attacks us, and we attack the country they want us to attack because
Yep.
Israel blames it on the country that it ain't. It's them.
Any Arab country.
So knee-jerk reaction. Don't investigation. Don't wait. Just boom. Send
Do
troops. Attack. After 9/11, you seen how they went. Boy, they were Netanyahu seething at the teeth. So he's doing it right now too. But I think we see it's about a lot of AI Netanyahu I'm seeing running around. Right. So they cause us to get into fight with other countries that they create, right? So here it is. Soon there will be, I just read that. But here's the transition of Larry. Well, that's kind of vampire-y. That's almost, but here it is down here, I believe. Larry in the towers. Man, that thing's scary. Is that, where's he at? Oh, Laura wants $7,000. Michelle long time.
Michelle for a long time.
Give Laura 7K to chain. So they call her Mossad Laura. Man, they're just tearing her up in her comment section. Holy shit! But she was the one that created the ISIS thing in Brown University. She created a group, ISIS club.
Student suspended? Well, a woman in the middle of a campus controversy says Barry University has booted her from class. NBC6 reporter Jamie Garola live in Miami Shores with the latest on this. Jamie, what's this all about?
Well, yeah, the suspension means that's
Barry University. I apologize. I said Brown. Correction.
Student is not allowed here on campus and is not allowed to go to class. Now, according to an apparent suspension letter, the university says the student created a hostile environment here. An undercover video on this website created a firestorm of negative publicity for Barry University. Project Veritas alleges the school is sympathetic to the terror group ISIS, and they argue a secretly recorded video taken by a student proves it.
This student came to me and had the courage, and we decided to partner with her and work with her. But we aren't, it's not limited to Barry.
Senior Laura Loomer partnered with Project Veritas and its president, James O'Keefe. The organization is known for its undercover videos. Project Veritas says it produces them to fight corruption by attempting to expose nonprofits and corporations. In this case, Barry University.
The individual who signed the documentation to start the ISIS club, I believe, is also her thesis advisor.
In the video, which we're choosing not to air, Loomer pretends to want to start a club that supports and aids ISIS. The advisor vaguely said yes and said in general terms the university doesn't try and limit clubs. That was enough for Project Veritas to attack, accusing the school of being terrorist sympathizers.
It is reprehensible to think any organization would acquire video and edit it in such a way as to denigrate the reputation of Barry University or its staff.
That was campus officials last week. This week, they've apparently suspended Loomer because, quote, your alleged actions were the cause root of disruption at the university community and the creation of a hostile environment for members of the university staff. Project Veritas is crying foul and says the university is failing to own up to being pro-ISIS, something
Oh, Veritas fucked up, didn't he? He got caught up in that psyop. He tried to. Oh, Jay O'Keefe. What happened, Bubba? Hey, wasn't he the one in 2025 when they had the election, right? He was getting all the Republicans to come tell him about all the fraud going on in their counties. And then when Trump won, he withheld all that evidence of election fraud. But if he was ready, if Kamala would have won, then he would have come out with all that Project Veritas. He'd have got all of everyone's. Remember, they had the tip line for issues they were having at the polling stations. Yeah. Oh.
says the university is failing to own.
So Laura Loomer and James O'Keefe teaming up. That's interesting.
Own up to being pro-ISIS, something administrators say is absurd.
It says to me that he really is not interested in Veritas, which is truth.
ISIS stands for Israeli Secret Investigative Services, something like that.
Like that, yeah.
Right?
Now, Project Veritas says that the suspension is a personal attack on an honors student because the university could not defend its staff members. By the way,
so Larry's used to doing this, stirring up shit with this ISIS thing at the colleges, and along with this guy right here exposing the bullshit. Shouldn't be called the truth. But there you go. See, they just use that and scare a bunch of people, right?
Oh yeah.
It's them scary Muslims, man.
They keep using those photos, and then everything goes on for another 15 minutes. Then they come back around, and it's the same photo. You keep waiting to see if there's a new photo, new information, but it never comes. Never comes.
No, it's like they took one school photo and then they want us to believe that they're still around.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, they graduated and moved on with their lives. Like, y'all need where's the new updated version? Like, we need another group photo. Like, where's Gen Z ISIS? Where's Gen X ISIS? Right?
Yeah, that was like, where are their kids? It's
right.
20 years now.
Like, it's
we're still out there fighting.
Same boogeyman.
Same crap.
Iran is targeting civilian homes. That's a war crime. Then they look at that's Gaza, right?
That's actually really hilarious. Thinking those guys should have gray hair, some canes. That's funny.
What a Mossad thing to say, Bart Simpson said.
A Mossad thing to say.
All right, so let me see if I think it's this one right here. Let me see. It shows the transitioning of Larry to Laura. But anyways, let's go back up here. I wonder. All right. So they want us to believe it's a terrorist attack, so you don't wake up to this, right?
1.5 billion.
Well, now that's just insane.
These fucking vultures are trying to pluck my eyes out.
Have you talked to Rudy yet?
Rudy was the one who told me.
That's the price. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's 1.5. It's just what it is.
This is just, when big things move, all parties have to be mutually, well, it goes without saying, somebody is incredibly miffed you made that
Miffed?
deal.
My guys told me 150 million tops. If I can't get that shit out of those walls for less than 1.5 billion, I'm fakakta. You understand? I never should have listened to you.
I never told you to buy 2 towers of Babel filled with asbestos. Nothing in New York real estate is that easy. You weren't buying a fucking deli.
I don't have 1.5. I need that shit out of the walls, or I need those buildings gone.
Which I told you is never going to happen. The demolition will probably cost more than it did to build the fucking things.
See? Fakakta. At this point, it costs less to get someone to fly fucking planes into the building and collect the insurance.
For that, you'd need terrorism insurance.
Quick, call Laura.
I'll call you back. Deborah.
I'm right here, sir.
Oh, I need you to find out what kind of terrorism insurance we've got on those piece of shit towers.
Mr. Vice President,
I've got an interesting idea I'd like to propose to you.
Did somebody order a false flag operation?
Get him whatever he wants. I just want him to feel like he's part of the team. Just pull it already.
And then when France doesn't join, we're going to call them Freedom Fries.
So I found this fucking passport over there. It's kind of burnt up, but not too bad considering it came from a fucking plane crash. Am I right? And not for nothing, but I already checked it, and it's a fucking Saudi Arabian guy. It's definitely probably one of the terrorists, you know, because, well, I mean, fucking come on here.
Even enemies need to agree sometimes.
And if you call it the global war on terrorism, I mean, terrorism can be anywhere. So now you can fight everywhere. It's going to be great.
Lucky Larry, right? Just like Lucky Harold Lutnick, right? He missed that day work, and a few others missed that day while their employees perished.
Yeah, Titanic take 2.
There you go. So what's going on here? So we covered this. Did you know that Laura Loomer got suspended from university for starting an ISIS fan club? And now she's a false flag insider. Wow. So we see the fuckery going on here. Right. Go down here. Here's the transitioning right here.
Yeah. How do you forget about it?
This would explain all of the numerous plastic surgeries he has gotten done over the years and the uncanny valley I fall in to whenever I see a photo of him. Let it be known by all that Laura Loomer's dead name is Larry. He is a transgender Mossad spy. He is working for Israel to destroy America. That's why they're trying to destabilize us by having us go to war in the Middle East. Because we can't afford it. It would collapse everything. Look at what we're already paying right now. You're already going to lose a lot of small businesses because of these higher prices. So a lot of small businesses are going to go out of. That's why it's important right now to switch from corporate and go to small business and support them through this process. That's all I could tell you. But there's old Larry. I think we're done with Larry tonight. Yeah. All right, we're done with Larry, unless there's another one here. All right, so tonight's show is no noticing allowed. So this is from Bobby Sauce on X. Y'all are familiar with Bobby Sauce? The Bobby Sauce walks.
Yes.
Weather MAGA. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, what? That was a short one. Hold on, what?
Fairweather MAGA. Go fuck yourselves.
What the heck? Who's a Fairweather MAGA?
I don't know.
See, this is when they want you to be loyal to to a party or to a group instead of the country.
It's America
as a whole.
First. That means
America first.
Means you're supposed to be for America and everyone in it.
Right.
Not left, not right. Talking about the people. We the people.
There you
We
go,
the
babe.
people is not left or right.
You heard that? It says we the people in the Constitution, sir.
That
Not MAGA. We the MAGAs. Or we the Kamalas, or we the Bidens, or we the Clintons, or we the Obamas. Okay? It's the country. It's the people. So, all right. So if you're a Fairweather MAGA, he's got something for you.
Fairweather MAGA. Go fuck yourselves.
All right.
For 4 years, we suffered under Biden, and all we wanted was the return of Trump.
No, what we wanted was the return of America.
What? Hold on.
Years. We suffered under Biden, and all we wanted was the return of Trump.
That's it? You didn't want your freedom? You didn't want your freedom. You just wanted Trump to return?
No, what we wanted was the return of America First policies. Trump just was the most likely one to win that was selling those.
We get it. And you motherfuckers are the first to complain.
No, we got him, but we didn't get the policies.
Oh, you got Trump back in office. Shut the fuck up. Excuse my language is what he's saying. How dare you critique the person I voted for? Or that I'm all in for. See this shit right here? This is what's holding everybody up. It's what's holding us up. And that's why I'm addressing it tonight. All right. Guys, we're all in this together. There is no separation or this group, that group, or anything like that. All right.
He's not doing what he said. No, he's not doing what he said on.
No, we got him, but we didn't get the policies.
He's not doing what he said. No, he's not doing what he said on your timeline.
No, he's not doing what he said, bud. First of all, what even is the timeline? And when does that timeline expire? The day he gets out of office? Should we just shut up and wait until then? Is the timeline when we get smoked in the midterms and then nothing can get done for the next 2 years? Is that the timeline? Then how exactly are we supposed to believe in this timeline if he already said, I'm not going to do that thing? Like the Epstein files, for example. I thought we were doing mass deportations. Oh, wait, now we need what, amnesty for farm workers and hotel workers? What, because they're good people? What is that? Should we wait for the timeline to play that out? Or did he already say what he's not going to do? What about the things that have already been broken? Oh, no new Middle East wars, no waste of money over there. Well, that's already done. That's been broken. What about the spending? Oh, we're going to do Doge. We're going to do cuts. We're going to return the money back to the... What about the big, beautiful bill? You know, we're spending more money than ever, bud. Well, what is the timeline for waiting for the money that was already spent that we weren't going to spend?
But the kids and the... Do you realize what Trump is doing right now?
Yeah, heel turning on major campaign promises and acting like we're crazy for noticing it.
Our enemies, the traitors to this nation, have some very powerful friends around the world. It's a big club, folks, and you're not in it.
Yeah, we know, dude. That's why we elected the outsider, or at least what we thought was the outsider, that said, I'm in that club, I know how it works, and I'm gonna blow it apart.
So what does Trump have to do first? Trump has to clear the table of all the people that can cause problems when he goes after the traitors of this nation.
Oh, the traitors of this nation? Who is that exactly? Whomst is that? Is that Thomas Massey? Is he the traitor, the one he wants kicked out of the Republican Party? Or is it Lindsey Graham, the deep state warhawk neocon that he surrounds himself with? Who's the traitor? The deep state swampers that he said he was going to get rid of and destroy and throw in jail and bring to justice, that are all surrounding him all day, that are in the cabinet, that are in positions of power, that were in the files that he helped to cover up?
I know you don't see the big game because you're not following the big game. You're following the influencers.
You're an influencer. Should we not follow you for this take? What even is an influencer anyways? An influencer is just a normal citizen that's not on TV, that's on Fox News. An influencer, generally speaking, is just an average American citizen that had enough good takes consecutively over time that people started to listen to them in the one place that they could actually get the message out without being financed or bribed by some major corporation, of course.
The Fairweather MAGA. Well, good luck with that, motherfuckers.
Sick video. You know, fair weather is typically associated with a fair weather friend. It's about loyalty in bad times, not loyalty when they do bad things to you, when they lie to you, when they say, I'm going to do this, and they don't do that. He's not our friend. He's supposed to be our representative, and we should feel proud to hold that representative to their word of what they said they were going to do, no matter who it is.
Unless it's... No, wait. The Republicans only are anti-government and anti-White House whenever it's a Democrat in there.
That's right.
And then vice versa. The Democrats shut up and want everybody to shut up about Biden, right? For 4 years. Y'all remember that? We were all picking on the Democrats for voting for a pedophile. Pedo Peter. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
And then we turn around and do the same thing. And then y'all want us to shut up because daddy's home? Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Give me a break. Be quiet, Dad. He's not doing it on your timeline. It's like, what the hell is this? Bro, it's been 11 years. Right? He told me 2015 and Hillary Clinton was going to jail. It's 2026 and she's still doing interviews. Now, that may not be her, but they could still use her. If they could literally have her run in 2028, even if it's not her. Look at what they did with Joe Biden. And people aren't even awake to it. You think Trump has a following? Clinton has a following.
And the people that like her, even if they knew it wasn't her, they'd still vote for her.
Yeah, just anything but Trump, right? Or a Republican. And that's how they've worked, vice versa. Right. So very interesting take there. But the reason why I bring up Clinton is because she also wanted the war in Iran, right?
I seriously do not want to be doing this in 2028.
Oh, come on.
to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran.
Okay, well, shit. We should have just put Clinton in. I mean, she did win the popular vote, but
She did
Trump won the electoral college
because of the electoral college.
because the electoral college picks the president,
That's
not
right,
the
not the
popular vote.
people.
Huh?
Not the people. That's
Right.
what people don't understand.
All right, so reporter here asked Caroline Levitt here. Many young voters voted for Trump, hoping to have no more wars and lower prices. Remember, they were when JD Vance was campaigning, he said we can't send our kids off to useless wars for a bunch of was it greedy people or whatever. I don't want to misquote him.
Right.
But many young voters voted for that, for lower prices, no new wars, no regime change. What would the president's message be to those voters, those young voters, right? Levitt says, President Trump is doing this for you. He is doing it for the young people. Yeah, they're fixing to get drafted. Yeah, he definitely opened up some jobs. Y'all wanted some jobs. There's some jobs. You're going to need some soldiers on the field, right? You need some college money? That healthcare sucks, don't it? Come join the military. We'll make sure all your shots are updated.
Yeah, they're calling back the what is it? Pete Hegseth's calling back the people they let go on during COVID to come back into the military.
Yeah, all the people that that got out because of COVID.
Because they wouldn't get the shots. Yeah.
Right. Is what happens.
Not allow the Department of Defense to issue a self-inflicted harm order to the Department of Defense, where you take military men and women, people who are trained, advanced fighting forces, Navy SEALs, special forces, special air wings in the Air Force. You do not take our best defense and sideline them by forcing them to take a kill shot. You do not do that if you're playing for the same team. You do not allow the Department of Defense to issue a self-inflicted harm order to the Department of Defense, where you take military men and women, people who are trained, advanced fighting forces, Navy SEALs, special forces, special air wings in the Air Force. You do not take our best defense and sideline them by forcing them to take a kill shot. You do not do that if you're playing for the same team.
Damn.
You don't.
Wow. So the DOD is in trouble.
Yes.
Operation Warp Speed.
It was.
Oh wait, it's the DOW now.
The operation.
Isn't that what Pam Bondi said? The Dow right now is
Oh my God.
Department of War.
Yeah.
So this is what happens, folks. They come in there. This is boot camp. I don't know if this is boot camp, but they line us up. We go down a hallway, and on each side of the hall they have guns now. I don't know why they're doing needles. Sometimes needles. They got these guns. They stick in your arm and they pop, pop. I mean, you just go down the line, and then they pull a couple of like 5 or 10 people to the side, and they give them experimental stuff, and they put them to the side. It goes in their medical records, and they sign something, right? I don't know if they signed it because I didn't do it, but I did when we were going through the because it's almost like running cattle through a cattle guards. That's kind of like what they do us. So when we were running through the cattle guards, getting these shots, at the end of it, I seen like 2 or 3 people standing to the side, and they walked up and gave them like special shots. So this is what they want. They want you to go in there, get all these damn vaccines. Seen that poor girl pass out right there, right? So this is boot camp. They give you a penicillin shot too, because when everybody comes together from all over the world into one little room, we all kind of get like, they call it the recruit crud. You start coughing up green stuff, and everybody's coughing, and just stuff's coming out of our lungs, and like that's during boot camp. That's like a whole phase, like 2 or 3 days of boot camp. You'll see people just like going out for formation, and you'll see a bunch of like loogies. Like, I don't mean to be sick, but They call it the recruit crud, but I don't know if it's that. It's almost like when you bring a bunch of people from all over the world and you put them in one room, and some of them don't have the immune system built up for people from another location, maybe. That's kind of what they want you to believe, I guess. And that may be true, but look at these shots. Side effects, right? And they continue throughout your career. Even when you go on deployment, they got special anthrax shots for you. Other shots that they tell you have to have before you can even go, like when we pull into like a port somewhere. They say, well, you can't go out in town until you get these shots, right? So when COVID happened, I was like, man, that's flashback. I remember that. I remember when they told me I couldn't leave the ship until I got a shot.
Right.
I could have just stayed on the damn ship and just not have gotten the shots. But you trust the people there that they're taking care of you. But that's not the case. Look at what they did during COVID to all these to the troops. Thank God I got out because my retirement was around the time COVID hit, so I would have been in that position in my last year. Yeah. My last 2 years to have to make 18-year mark, to have to make a decision of stay in or get out, get the shot and get out. I probably would have not have known, and I may have been caught up in that. All right, here's another thing. This is Ben Shapiro versus the USS Liberty survivor.
The USS Liberty incident is very frequently used by anti-Semites to suggest that Israel deliberately targets American ships and then pays no penalty.
Israel murdered 34 of my shipmates in cold blood. They wounded 174 others, including myself, and almost sunk our ship in a constant barrage of nothing but hell on earth.
And there have been multiple naval investigations of the USS Liberty incident.
It says there's been 5 official investigations into the USS Liberty. There's never been one. They're all liars. When you write Congress, be prepared to be lied to. In fact, I called my senator, but guess what? They're all taking money from AIPAC. AIPAC has got them under their thumb.
That there was a case of mistaken identity wherein USS Liberty was in the Mediterranean in a place they were not supposed to be. Israel thought that it was an Egyptian ship and shot it.
The USS Liberty was never a mistaken identity. It was a pre-planned, murderous, savage attack on innocent Americans doing their job for their country, and our country put a knife on our back and paid them billions for it, for murdering American sailors and Marines on the high seas. They got billions, and they're still getting billions from the United States of America because.
All right. So what they said was, I seen it on the Sean Ryan show the other day. Guy was talking about the Liberty, and he said, every naval ship that's ever been attacked, we've always attacked that country that did it, except for the Liberty. The Liberty is the only ship that's been attacked that we didn't respond to. Why is that? Ben Shapiro. And that's what the college students want to know. The Gen Zers want to know. Right? Because only 12% of Gen Z supports Israel and their bullshit. So regardless of what happens right now in the next 5-10 years with this generation, the older generation that's still kind of like in that the youth are already rejecting it. So it's already over for these people. And they know that. But yeah, we need justice for the USS Liberty and those sailors, right, on board. Ben. Oh, Benny Ben. Oh, is that anti-Semitic for me to say that? I don't give a shit. I got a DD-214. It tells you can come check that. All right. I'm not shutting up. Call it what you want. Quit being a snowflake. All right, so we got so we did the young voters. Let's see what she says about the young voters.
Or do you have a follow-up? Sure, go ahead.
Second question. In my reporting, speak a lot to young voters, many of whom voted for President Trump for the first time in 2024, hoping to have no more wars and to have lower prices. Now, with the war taking place and with gas prices going up, curious what President Trump's message would be to those voters who kind of swung into his coalition in 2024, but maybe don't feel the administration's going as they had expected.
President Trump is doing this for you. He's doing this for young people so that we are no longer threatened by a rogue terrorist regime in the Middle East that seeks to kill the brave men and women who serve in our country in the Middle East, many of them young people themselves, young men and women who serve this country honorably in uniform and have been threatened, killed, and maimed by the rogue Iranian terrorist regime.
Threatened, killed, and maimed. Is she talking about the DOD or the DOW?
Where's she talking about? Where?
She wants us to believe that Iranians are wanting to threaten and kill us, but yet it was the DOW that told our troops that they needed to get the vaccine.
But who's getting killed and maimed over in Iran?
Troops. She says troops.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me play this again.
Or do you have a follow-up?
His coalition in 2024.
President Trump is doing this for you. He's doing this for young people so that we are no longer threatened by a rogue terrorist regime in the Middle East.
By a rogue terrorist regime in the Middle East. I wonder who that rogue terrorist regime in the Middle East is. Is it Iran that is spraying chemtrails over our heads? Is that who it is? No? Is Iran selling us poison in the grocery stores? Is Iran selling us this gas that's at $6, $7, $8 a gallon? Is it Iran that's poisoning our waters?
No.
Is it Iran that's coming across the border and trafficking humans?
No.
Is it Iran that's on the Epstein list?
Nope.
Right.
Okay. But for some reason here, she wants us to believe that we have an enemy in another country.
The invisible enemy.
Stop.
Serious it was.
Stop, Caroline. Shit.
That seeks to kill the brave men and women who serve in our country in the Middle East, many of them young people themselves.
Who seeks to kill our troops? Didn't we just play a USS Liberty clip? Does Caroline ever seen that clip? She's talking about who I think she is, right?
She's given her talking points, and that's what
Oh,
she
these
does.
are the talking points from the
Kinda like
Pentagon?
media.
Yeah, Smith Monk modernization.
Somebody writes the script, she just goes up.
Right.
Hey, the last woman that was there, the one that went over to Fox News, she ended up having a baby, I think, when she was at the White House. So, like, they're even playing that.
Kelly
Yeah.
McInerney.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He had two.
Shit, they're even playing that part over again.
It's like, why do you get that job and then all of a sudden you want to start a family?
Exactly. It's
Doesn't
like
make
the
any
total
sense.
wrong time to do
Like,
anything like that.
Yeah, wait till you get done and then take your ass home and you have fun. But
Yeah,
like,
you're
it's
supposed
like
to have
y'all are
some
all
relaxation and stuff, I think. I don't
like,
know.
damn, they all get in the White House and all of a sudden everybody gets into this mood like they want to just start a family and shit. Weird.
It's got to be the Mr. President. Fuck that.
Young men and women who
So brave men and
serve
women.
this country honorably in uniform and have been threatened, killed, and maimed by the rogue Iranian terrorist regime.
Rogue Iranian terrorist. Okay, hold on. Let's go back here. I don't think it was rogue Iranian terrorists that attacked the Liberty, do you? If so, we would already bombed Iran then. It wasn't, was it? All right, so let's hear more bullshit from Caroline here. For 47 years, right? I'm 46 years old, and it wasn't Iran that's been suppressing. I haven't ran into any Iranians that violated my rights in America. Right. Short term, long term gain. Was that short term pain, long term gain?
Short-term pain for long-term gain.
Here, I like showing this while she's talking because it's just to show you how retarded she is. All right, so look up the word gullibility. That's the homework for today. Gullibility. Look up the definition. Look up in two definitions. Look up the gullibility Wikipedia, and you'll see what gullibility is. It means you believe shit with no evidence of anything. You're easily tricked, deceived, duped, and they depend on people being gullible and
Don't have critical thinking skills.
and they list 3 different types of people targets for gullibility. That's kids, right? Like Santa Claus, they believe Santa's real, but they never seen the fucker. right? Until they realize their parents lied to them their whole lives. So you have elderly people, right? That's why they do the scams on the elderly all the time. It doesn't matter what generation's there. And then the mentally challenged. That's the only three people that they're really. That's why Trump says he loves. What does he say? He loves the uneducated, and smart people don't like him. Right. So it's just really weird. And we're supposed to blindly keep trusting this, right? Like that guy said, Trump's back. He's back, and he's not going to do things on your timeline. We're like, dude, it's been like 0 campaign promises have been done so far. He's only got 3 years left.
Aren't we supposed to hold them accountable?
No, Trump's going to fix it.
You're supposed to hold them accountable. That's what this is about.
Well, I know, but Trump's in there, so therefore MAGA went back to sleep and went back to supporting the bullshit instead of speaking out for everyone. They're
Trump
speaking
is
out.
like all the presidents rolled into one, right?
Yeah, he's the last of the boomers, like
So,
Bush. It was
the ones were not held accountable.
no, he's doing.
So once we hold him accountable, right,
That's
it sets precedents for all the rest.
Like for instance, Obama bombed 7 countries without Congress's approval, right? So that sets up the Democrats that stayed silent when they attacked Trump for it,
Yes.
right? So what it is Clinton, Bush, Obama, and Trump were the boomer generation presidents. He's the last one. That's it for that, right?
Yeah.
And that so since the 90s, I think I have something here. So we're talking about politicians, not the boomer generation. We're talking about their generation of politicians really suck. And hopefully we don't have that moving forward for our kids. And that's why it's important for our children not to fall victim to the propaganda that we fell victim to. Right. So here's Obama, 7 countries bombed without congressional approval. So you see why Trump's doing what he's doing? Because they didn't say nothing when Obama did it. So it shows their hypocrisy and how the Democrats just let it all happen. So now they're all going down. It's all of them basically. And this goes back decades since World War II. Right? Eisenhower and JFK got together during the Bay of Pigs and compared notes 3 months into JFK's career. I mean, presidency, right? Because he was like, because Eisenhower told us about the military-industrial complex and gave us that warning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then CIA came in after World War II. Right. And then Israel was created after World War II.
All right. I think I got that clip here. I'll show you that clip where Eisenhower met JFK and why what. So this has been taking place for quite some time, guys, since like the 60s at the minimum. And you can go back even further. But in 1871, that's when the shadow government was created and the United States became a corporation, not a country. So really, we were all kind of born into this.
FBI was created then. All that.
CIA.
CIA.
See nothing IA. Right? Is that the C nothing IA? So let me go to this clip here. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. Let me remove this. Oh, and Bush did the unconstitutional wars, all of them, really, all the invasions since after World War II. Let's play this clip right here so we can make sense of everything that's going on today. Hold on 1 second. This is from, let me give you the channel here. It's called the Historical Void channel. So if you like this content, go ahead and check it out. There's more here. It's good to be reminded of what, the future proves the past. Right? That's real.
April 22nd, 1961. Camp David, Maryland. A helicopter lands on the grounds of the presidential retreat in the Catoctin Mountains. Former President Dwight D. Eisenhower steps out. Eisenhower is 70 years old. Eisenhower has been out of office for exactly 3 months. Eisenhower retired to his farm in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, expecting to spend his remaining years in quiet private life. But 5 days ago, the new president's first major foreign policy initiative ended in complete disaster. The Bay of Pigs invasion failed catastrophically. Nearly 1,200 Cuban exiles were captured on the beach. The Kennedy administration was humiliated before the world. The Soviet Union crowed about American weakness. And President John F. Kennedy, who has been in office for 92 days, needs help. Kennedy called Eisenhower yesterday. Kennedy asked if Eisenhower would come to Camp David for a private meeting. Kennedy told Eisenhower he wanted advice. Kennedy told Eisenhower he had made mistakes. Kennedy told Eisenhower he needed to hear from someone who understood what had happened. Eisenhower agreed to come. Now Eisenhower walks toward the main lodge at Camp David where Kennedy is waiting. Eisenhower.
So we follow and picking up what we're putting down here?
Yes, we are.
All right, so now we got that meeting right there set up on that video. Let me go to this other one because Eisenhower suspected Eisenhower's final warning. We can go back and listen to his final speech that he made right before he exited the White House. That's a very important speech that everyone needs to go listen to. But Eisenhower's final warning, why he suspected a military coup against Kennedy.
For the last time.
And I believe that's what we're seeing now with Trump. And it's being played out on the world stage for everyone to see. And they're not picking up on it. They're just, you got to be loyal to MAGA. You're fair. Screw all the fair weather MAGAs. Like, you're missing this whole damn thing, dude. If you think this is about MAGA or your party or your guy that's in office, it's bigger than that, dude. And that's what we're here trying to help people understand.
January 17th, 1961, 8:30 p.m., the Oval Office. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, supreme Allied commander who'd won World War II, leader of the free world for 8 years, sat before television cameras for the last time. In 3 days, John F. Kennedy would take the oath of office, the oldest president in a century, handing...
So Kennedy's walking right into a shitstorm, dude. And it started right at the end of Eisenhower's career, and it began at JFK. So he's a fresh new guy in town, right? He's not hip to all what's going on. So they were able to lie and manipulate him with bullshit intelligence, telling him that Cuba was going to attack us. And so they were trying to, what did Netanyahu say? Sometimes you have to bomb a country into a war, right? And Netanyahu was a part of the IDF coming from the 65, 66. He joined the IDF right after JFK, LBJ administered, right? So Netanyahu comes into play too with all this. All right, so now we're just a few days into his presidency.
Kennedy would take the oath of office, the oldest president in a century, handing power to the youngest elected president.
The choice was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the youngest man ever elected.
Eisenhower's farewell address was supposed to be nostalgic, reflective, a victory lap. Instead, it was a warning.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
The military-industrial complex, a phrase Eisenhower coined, a danger he'd witnessed firsthand. But this wasn't just a warning to America. This was a warning to Kennedy. If you want to understand why a war hero spent his final presidential address warning about his own military, and why that warning became prophetic when Kennedy clashed with generals who proposed attacking American citizens, hit that like button. Because Eisenhower knew something, and within months of Kennedy taking office, that knowledge would prove terrifyingly accurate. Dwight Eisenhower knew the military, He was the military. West Point graduate, 1915, Supreme Commander of Allied forces in Europe, orchestrated D-Day, defeated Nazi Germany, 5 stars, a genuine American hero. But 8 years...
So President Eisenhower was an anti-fascist. He was Antifa. Let me continue.
As president changed him because he saw what he'd helped create. During World War II, America had no permanent defense industry. Factories made plowshares. When war came, they retooled to make swords, temporary, flexible. But after 1945, that changed. The Cold War demanded constant readiness, permanent military production, standing armies, nuclear arsenals, a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. By 1961, defense spending consumed more than the net income of all U.S. corporations combined. 3.5 million Americans worked directly for the defense establishment. The Pentagon had become the largest organization on Earth. And Eisenhower, the general who'd built it, was terrified of it. Because he'd seen the corruption, the waste, the pressure to spend more, build more, prepare for wars that might never come. Defense contractors lobbied Congress, generals demanded bigger budgets, politicians feared looking soft on communism. The cycle was self-reinforcing, unstoppable. Eisenhower fought it for 8 years, resisted pressure to escalate defense spending, refused to be stampeded into unnecessary wars. But he was leaving. And Kennedy, young, idealistic, untested, was coming in. So Eisenhower warned him, publicly, on national television. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. Translation: the military is out of control, and they'll try to control you. January 19th, 1961, the day before inauguration.
All right, now do we see what's going on with Trump? Are we repeating that, right? Almost as if Trump didn't learn anything, or did he? Or did they learn? Listen to this.
January 19th, 1961.
119, right?
The day before inauguration. Eisenhower met privately with Kennedy, briefed him on ongoing crises, gave advice. What was said in that meeting remains partially classified. But we know Eisenhower emphasized 2 things. First, Southeast Asia. Laos was collapsing. Eisenhower told Kennedy military intervention might be necessary. The Joint Chiefs were pushing for it. Second, Cuba. Fidel Castro had taken power. The CIA had a plan: train Cuban exiles to invade. Eisenhower approved it, but warned Kennedy the military wanted full U.S. intervention, and they'd use any excuse to get it. Kennedy listened, took notes, thanked Eisenhower, then made a decision that would define and possibly end his presidency. He would not give the military what they wanted. April 17th, 1961. Just 87 days into Kennedy's presidency. The CIA's Cuban exile invasion, the Bay of Pigs, was a disaster. The exiles were slaughtered. Castro's forces crushed them within 72 hours. The CIA and Joint Chiefs blamed Kennedy. He'd refused to provide U.S. air support,
And guess who they're going to blame?
refused to send Marines.
Going to blame Trump.
The invasion failed because Kennedy wouldn't escalate. Publicly, Kennedy took responsibility. Privately, he was furious.
Right there. That's the best quality that you can have in a leader.
Yeah.
Is he took responsibility. That's the only president I've ever seen do that. He took responsibility for the fuck up in the Bay of Pigs, excuse my language. And
he knew.
He doesn't say, "Oh, it's the Democrats. Oh, the Democrats did it," or the Republicans. Huh?
Trump is supposed to be doing that,
Right.
but he doesn't. He blames
the left.
Democrat or somebody else. It's never him.
No.
Never.
The invasion
failed
because Kennedy wouldn't escalate. Publicly, Kennedy took responsibility.
Boom. Publicly, Kennedy took responsibility of something you haven't seen in a president in decades since then.
No.
Haven't. Not once.
Privately, he was furious. CIA Director Allen Dulles, the same Dulles Eisenhower had worked with, the same Dulles Kennedy would later fire, had misled him. Promised the invasion would succeed without U.S. troops. Lied. The Joint Chiefs had pressured Kennedy to commit combat forces. When he refused, they turned on him. General Lyman Lemnitzer, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, was particularly bitter. Kennedy was weak, indecisive, soft on communism. Lemnitzer wanted another chance, a real invasion, full military force, and he was willing to do anything to make it happen. March 13, 1962, 1 year after Kennedy took office. General Lemnitzer presented a top-secret document to Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara. Title: Justification for U.S. Military Intervention in Cuba. Inside, a menu of false flag terror attacks, designed to create a pretext for invading Cuba.
Operation Northwoods, where they were going to attack a Florida town and blame it on Cuba. That's why Larry Loomer's comment today or yesterday is very important. Right? CIA, Mossad.
The proposals included, we could blow up a U.S. ship in Guantanamo Bay and blame Cuba. A modern, remember the Maine incident, sink an American vessel, kill American sailors, blame Castro.
Oh, like remember the Alamo, remember Pearl Harbor, remember 9/11? Like those kind of remembers, so that you,
Yep.
And then they remind you every year, remember the 5th of November.
Yes.
So,
We could develop a communist Cuban terror campaign in the Miami area, in other Florida cities, and even in Washington. Bomb U.S. cities, kill American civilians, frame Cuba. We could sink a boatload of Cubans en route to Florida, real or simulated. Murder Cuban refugees.
real or simulated? Hasn't Trump been sinking boats off the coast of Cuba?
Yeah.
So those simulations are real.
Well,
Think about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were those simulated attacks, just like the ships that Hegseth said they sunk? Were those simulated or real?
Simulated.
That is the question that everyone should be asking.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
This is it right here: simulations or real.
What
Now,
do y'all think, chat?
now they want y'all to buy this and not show you any proof of any ships being sunk.
Yeah, you know me. I don't believe it unless I'm seeing it really.
What do you think, Glendia?
I think it's all fake. It's like they said, central casting, and it's like that movie, Wag the Tail, or what it was,
Wag
Wag
the
the
Dog.
Dog. Wag the Dog. Yep.
Yeah.
They're making you think it's real so you'll agree with them so that it gives them an excuse. Okay, everybody agrees. We're going to go do this.
We need $200 billion.
That's right.
Hey, I don't
All
care.
greed and money, power.
That's it. And I think there was a comedian that warned us about this group. We'll get back to him in a second, but George Carlin says they don't care about you, right? They're willing to sacrifice Americans just to get what they want in order to justify more money going to the military-industrial complex, right? And to destabilize in order to bring in the New World Order, so that we all take whatever the mark or whatever the hell it is that they got.
Yeah, they need us to back them. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
Just like Iraq.
Yep.
And that's why that guy was like, "Oh, you fair weather magos," and we're like, "No, you said he ran on no war, new wars, was no regime change, but yet we're getting quite the opposite. Why is that?"
They had to stop Vietnam because the people pushed back so hard. They had to stop it, right?
Right.
So we say we don't want any wars, then they have to
That's it.
comply.
Well,
right?
right now we're at 56%, so they can't do nothing without our.
And that's why they're going hard on them, because
They're trying to convince us.
we need enough people to be on the same wavelength, or at least close.
Miami area, in other Florida cities, and even in Washington. Bomb U.S. cities, kill American civilians, frame Cuba. We could sink a boatload of Cubans en route to Florida, real or simulated.
Real or simulated, and then play it on the media for the Americans to go, yes, get in there and get them 30 Cubans, just like Lindsey Graham's trying to get us in there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lady G.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
working
loves
hard for
that.
those South Carolinians that don't like him.
He's got a big investments in it.
Yeah. Which is a conflict of interest, which is actually a violation of the federal law for him to be even involved in war talks, since he's invested in the military-industrial complex. Right. It's called, what is it, Federal Conflict of Interest Law?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, federal conflict of interest law is what they're all violating. All these warmongers that are invested in the Raytheon and
Lockheed Martin,
Northrop Grumman.
Raytheon.
Yeah.
And from what I see, his state doesn't even like him. So he was obviously placed in there.
Yeah, he's going down with the ship. Or she, or whatever.
Murder Cuba.
So again, I just want to point out, real or simulated, they can do that, show it on TV, get just like
Cuban refugees, or fake their deaths, use the tragedy to justify war. Hijacking attempts against civil air and surface craft should appear to continue as harassing measures. Stage fake hijackings, shoot down civilian aircraft, blame Cuba. The document was signed by every member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
stage hijackings. Where did I hear that from? Is that 9/11 type? Is that why the hijacking of the planes were so prevalent on 9/11 that they had? Because it goes with this 60s. See, they can't even come up with anything new. They just use the same old shit. It's like the same fingerprint, right?
Oh yeah, it's the
They
same
lead
thing
back
over and over.
over and over.
By war. Hijacking attempts against civil air and surface craft.
There you go. Hijacking attempts against civil air and surface craft. Okay, here we go.
Should appear to continue as harassing measures. Stage fake hijackings, shoot.
What? Stage fake hijackings? No.
Wow.
No.
Down civilian aircraft, blame Cuba. The document.
Oh, shoot down civilian aircraft like the aircraft that just fell in Iraq and they were trying to blame it on Iran. Remember that? Those refueling jets just the other day? Wow. They're using the same tactics here.
Yes.
It was signed by every member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, unanimously approved, presented to the Secretary of Defense as official Pentagon policy. This wasn't a rogue operation. This was America's top military leadership formally proposing to murder American citizens to justify.
Well, Laura Loomer says it's a rogue Iranian Islamic folks that are going to attack us here in a few days. So
policy. This wasn't a rogue operation. This was America's top military leadership formally proposing to murder American citizens to justify a war. Kennedy's reaction? We are not going to invade Cuba. Blunt, final, no discussion. Lemnitzer was stunned. This was military strategy, the Pentagon's recommendation. How could Kennedy refuse? But Kennedy did refuse, and 6 months later, Lemnitzer was gone. December 1962. Kennedy removed Lemnitzer as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. Officially, it was a lateral move. Lemnitzer became Supreme Allied Commander of NATO, a prestigious post. But everyone understood. Kennedy had fired him, sent him to Europe, got him out of Washington. Defense Secretary Robert McNamara later reflected, "We had military officers proposing things that were completely insane." He specifically described Lemnitzer as having lost touch with reality. Kennedy didn't stop there. He began restructuring the military command, reducing the Joint Chiefs' authority, centralizing control in the White House. The generals were furious. Kennedy was undermining military autonomy. Civilian control was one thing, but this was micromanagement, disrespect, and it got worse. October 1962. Soviet nuclear missiles discovered in Cuba. The Joint Chiefs wanted war, immediate airstrikes.
Oh shit, where have I heard that at? So all of a sudden, Cuba, this poor country, has freaking nukes? Like, hold on.
October 1962. Soviet nuclear missiles discovered in Cuba.
Right, and they were aimed at America, right? And how far is Cuba away from Florida? Just about 80, a couple of hours on the jet ski.
Not far.
The Joint Chiefs wanted war, immediate airstrikes, invasion, destroy the missiles before they're...
Destroy those missiles? What missiles? Can we go in there and investigate first? Shouldn't you investigate before you just start blowing shit up? But they don't want to do that in Iran, do they? Just like Netanyahu wanted to go in Iraq based on lies of weapons of mass destruction when there was no weapons of mass destruction, and they were actually in the middle of inventory and all their stuff in Iraq when they decided to go to war. Yeah, they would have just waited a few more months. We wouldn't have went to war in Iraq, and we'd have saved the billions of trillions of dollars in lives. And
how much money could we spend at home if we didn't spend all this money on all that?
well, if you're trying to destroy a country, the last thing you want to do is start helping the people.
Yeah.
You're trying to destabilize everybody. You want them to bring them to their knees so that they'll take whatever it is that you have to offer coming up. The digital ID, digital currency, all fiat.
Operational. General Curtis LeMay, Air Force Chief of Staff, told Kennedy the missiles had to be destroyed. Military action was the only option. Kennedy asked, "What if they retaliate?" LeMay, "They won't." Kennedy, "But what if they do? What if Soviet forces in Cuba fire back? What if Khrushchev responds in Berlin?" LeMay, "That's a risk we have to take." Kennedy refused, chose a naval blockade instead. Negotiation, diplomacy. The Joint Chiefs were appalled.
Negotiation and diplomacy. They were appalled. They just wanted him to go with their intelligence ever since World War II, get into these unconstitutional conflicts ever since the creation of the Central Intelligence Agency right after World War II.
This was weakness.
No, that was strength, dude. That was...
Instead, negotiation, diplomacy. The Joint
He wanted to negotiate.
Chiefs were appalled. This was weakness, appeasement. Kennedy was...
Yeah, we're supposed to get peace through strength. Peace through strength means we bomb the shit out of everybody and then we get peace.
letting the Soviets win. But Kennedy's approach worked. Khrushchev backed down. The missiles were removed. Nuclear war was averted. Afterward, LeMay told Kennedy, this was the greatest defeat in our history. Not a Soviet defeat, an American defeat, because Kennedy hadn't gone to war. The rift was total, irreparable. The president and his generals were enemies.
Oh, poor babies. You didn't get your war? Somebody stood up to
think
you?
about it. Trump's listening to them, his generals, in his cabinet right now.
Uh-huh.
He needs to do this.
Uh-huh.
Trump needs to do what Kennedy did.
Is there like, I'm beginning to think that, okay, like all these big corporations, do they have like their own little army to protect
It's the military. It's our army.
I mean,
corporations?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the military
like,
industrial complex.
so this whole thing is the reason for all these wars is because these companies are fighting each other, right?
They want to destabilize countries, take over the land, build.
Yeah, because it's like
and the resources that they have. It's
yeah,
all
and the resources. It's
greed.
that goes
And-
back to the book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
I need to read that book. I really do.
It's an awesome book,
Oh.
but you'll understand what they are.
What? Yeah, because I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm listening and I'm thinking, gosh, I know these corporations are running a lot. And it's the reason for our inflation and a lot of stuff like that too. So and then we got the military, and I'm like, thinking, okay, we got some rogue. So who are they working for?
The corporation.
And
right.
who lobbies the
And
corporation.
who lobbies exactly the corporation.
So yeah, they have
police
the big
unions.
pull and their attorneys.
Yes.
Yeah, they got it all. They do the
That's
language.
who our enemy. To me, that's who our enemy is.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
we
it's
work
in-
for them, and we buy shit from them, and wow.
It's the Iranians, Glendia. It's
A black
Islam.
big
It's
light bulb
Islam.
went off. Ding, ding, ding.
So
I'm
yeah,
serious, wow.
and they have their own private police. They
Yeah.
pay. Yep.
There you
So
go.
yeah, you're right. They have their own little army.
Mm.
With
So that's what-
attorneys. Go ahead.
So that's really what we're up against. It seems like to me.
Oh yeah.
If you could please, like, tell that to the rest of the people, that would be great.
Hey.
We can get the rest of everybody to understand this. We'd be like rocking and rolling right now. But
I'm
people want to
telling
play a
you.
loyalty thing to a man instead of their country. and wake up and realize what the frick's taking place and
What's
that you've been
really
manipulated.
deep down, what the F is really going on here.
You're supposed to be
Yeah.
picking up pattern recognition and seeing the synchronicities of things from the past so that you can not repeat the same thing in the future, because it says
But we are, and it's
we are.
and it's insane.
It is.
Lincoln told us if you forget history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
So we forgot, or people just, I don't
We
know.
get distracted so easily.
The propaganda
and
machine is so strong,
strong. Yep.
and people don't realize the
Turn
military
this
does.
off,
Right?
and everybody needs to turn the shit off. Stop listening to all the beat. Oh,
Well, the military does
see
put
it.
conflict. Mhm.
And just
Go
see
ahead.
the whole picture. See the whole picture. It's these corporations, they're doing it all. I just see it, and we're letting them get away with it.
Yeah, because it's the Democrats.
It's all of them.
Yeah, there
And
you
it's
go.
our fault too, because we ain't saying nothing.
Exactly.
They don't want you to say nothing when daddy's in the right.
That's what I was
Right.
talking about. These corporations, they're treated as a person with constitutional rights, when a company cannot be a person, but they're treated as such.
Yeah.
That's just
Yes.
crazy. It's
Yes.
crazy.
I like the title of the show tonight. No noticing allowed. Exactly.
Right. You're not supposed to say nothing because my guy's in office. Wait until he
Right.
gets out, and then we get a Democrat, and we can go back to talking shit about what's going on. And so it's like a back and forth we're playing, and people
Yeah.
are just done with it, with the back and
Yeah.
forth, and that we
I'm
realize that
tired of playing Monopoly.
we're tired of falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay,
Yeah.
over and over and over and over again.
Ugh.
But like George Carlin said, sooner or later, the people in this country are going to learn that the government doesn't give a shit about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a shit about you. It's only interested in its own power, keeping it, and expanding it wherever possible. And the United States is in a country as a corporation.
That's it.
You go look at the
So who's the shadow government? The
corporation, which was created in the 1871. The Act of 1871 created the shadow government.
And all these little 3-letter agencies.
And all the 3-letter
Just
agencies.
the arm of the
Right.
corporation.
And the
That's it.
Klan started right after 1871, KKK and all that, with the burning the
Before all
crosses.
that, before 1940s, it was probably really nice around here. It probably was really laid back. People were enjoying themselves a bit.
Yeah.
The rift was total, irreparable. The president and his generals were enemies. June 10th, 1963. Kennedy announced plans for a nuclear test ban treaty with the Soviet Union. The Joint Chiefs opposed it vehemently. Nuclear testing was essential for military readiness. Banning it would weaken U.S. defenses. Kennedy didn't care. He was tired of the arms race, tired of brinkmanship, tired of generals pushing for war. He gave a speech at American University, radical for its time. What kind of peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana enforced on the world by American weapons of war. I'm talking about genuine peace. Genuine peace, cooperation with the Soviets, an end to Cold War hostilities. The military establishment saw this as treason. Kennedy was surrendering, abandoning America's military advantage. Privately, Kennedy told aides he planned to withdraw from Vietnam after the 1964 election. No escalation, no ground troops. Get out. The Pentagon was planning the opposite. Escalation, more troops, full commitment. Kennedy and the military were on a collision course. One side had to win. Look at the pattern. Bay of Pigs, April 1961. Kennedy refuses military escalation. Generals furious. Operation Northwoods, March 1962. Joint Chiefs propose domestic terrorism. Kennedy refuses. Fires Lemnitzer. Cuban Missile Crisis, October 1962. Kennedy refuses airstrikes and invasion, chooses diplomacy. Test Ban Treaty, June 1963. Kennedy pursues peace with Soviets. Military opposes. Every time Kennedy chose against military advice. Every time the rift deepened. and Eisenhower had warned him the military-industrial complex would resist civilian control, would push for war, would seek unwarranted influence. Kennedy resisted and paid the price. November 22, 1963, 12:30 p.m. Dealey Plaza. President Kennedy was shot and killed. Within hours, Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested. A lone gunman, no conspiracy.
Lone
Case
gunman.
closed.
Lone gunman, case closed, just like the Charlie Kirk situation. He was just a lone little gunman. That's him, guys. We got a speedy trial. Get him in there.
One lone gunman.
It's like, haven't we been here before with this lone gunman thing?
Many times.
But why do they keep wanting us
Just
to buy
like
the lone
Robert
gunman?
Kennedy. Same
Like-
thing. One man did this, killed him.
Right.
Right. Lone gunman.
Right. So the FBI is still pushing the same lone gunman narrative, and then screwing up the crime scene, and then telling us to shut the hell up for noticing.
Right.
Oh, that's why the show's called No Noticing Allowed.
But questions remain. Why was Kennedy's limousine washed before forensic examination? Why was his body removed from Dallas in violation of Texas law? Why were witnesses who reported shots from the grassy knoll ignored?
Wow, just like Charlie Kirk, they loaded him up in an SUV and then took off. Like, no law enforcement, 500 law cops didn't show up, no ambulance.
Yeah, right.
And why did the Warren Commission investigating Kennedy's murder include Allen Dulles, the CIA director Kennedy had fired after the Bay of Pigs, the same Dulles who'd misled Kennedy, the same Dulles connected to the military intelligence establishment Kennedy had battled for 3 years. Dulles on the Warren Commission investigating Kennedy's death is like Lemnitzer investigating Kennedy's military policies. Conflict of interest doesn't begin to describe it. Did the military-industrial complex kill Kennedy? We don't know. The evidence is circumstantial, suggestive, not definitive. But we know this.
So now you know why Netanyahu and them keep telling Trump that they want to assassinate him if he doesn't. Iran does, right? Keep making him think that it's another country. He knows who it is. He's got to know. You telling me he doesn't? Everybody's just retarded all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Everybody's just doesn't. Come on.
See, Kennedy wanted to get rid of all of them, right? But the people were unaware.
Yeah, the people weren't informed.
Yeah, so that's why it was so important for us to wake up and see who all the players are behind the scenes.
We don't know. The evidence is circumstantial, suggestive, not definitive. But we know this. Kennedy fought the military establishment for 1,036 days, refused their demands, fired their leaders, pursued policies they opposed. Operation Northwoods proves the Joint Chiefs were willing to murder American civilians to achieve their goals.
Damn.
That's documented, declassified, proven. If they'd kill random Americans to justify invading Cuba, would they kill one American, a president they despised, to regain control? Eisenhower warned Kennedy. The military-industrial complex was dangerous. Its power was growing, its influence unchecked. Kennedy ignored that warning, thought he could control them, thought civilian authority would prevail. And on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas, Kennedy learned too late that Eisenhower was right. If this investigation made you question everything you thought you knew about JFK's assassination, hit that like button.
Hit that like button. I'll put this in the chat for you.
Yeah, that was
Let me
a
get
good
this
one.
link
Yeah,
here for
thanks
you.
for showing that. Thanks for taking the time.
I got another one right after this, another JFK thing I'm going to do here.
Because that one you weren't going to show tonight, right?
Well, I have an arsenal. I don't know what direction I'm going to go when I start. I have a lot of different topics. So tonight's show went in this direction. Right. But I went back and looked at Eisenhower because it just an epiphany, right? I just went back to Eisenhower, JFK, and I thought right then and there, that was the moment in history where everybody was warned and they didn't realize what JFK was trying to tell them. But we see it today. But we still have people fighting and kicking and screaming and right, like it's business as usual, but they don't see really the bigger picture of what's taking place here. and why this media, we're battling the mainstream media, which is an extension of the military-industrial complex that tries to convince you to support shit like wars.
When they said civilian authority, I caught that a while ago. That's us, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's what
He
we're talking
said
about.
that he expected the civilian authority to do something. They didn't, I guess.
Right.
Just like today.
Exactly.
Because they're
Holy
the military,
shit.
and they call us civilians.
Yeah.
Right? JFK is civilian. Right.
So
But
yeah,
that's even us, the people.
that's
Right.
why.
We have the authority,
Yes, yes.
but for some reason we be convinced that they do.
And he
Exactly.
also called out the media at that time, right? Telling them that
Mhm.
they need to speak their mind. He knew they were being controlled.
Remarks of the President to the American Newspaper Publishers Association, Waldorf Astoria Hotel, New York City, April 27, 1961.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed.
Right there.
They're fully informed.
When you're fully informed, he has confidence.
That's what all these 10
Yeah.
years was for. It took 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And we're still trying to get people to wake up, though.
Informed.
10 years.
They don't want to be informed. They want to watch. They want to be brainwashed and
They want to
MK
be
Ultra.
comfortable.
They like to find people that resonate with their.
That's why they're going at it so hard now and making it so obvious.
Oh, so obvious.
And Trump acting so crazy.
Right.
That you have to notice something.
And the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed.
Well, guess what? We're not fully informed, and due to the
Smith and Monk.
Well,
Yeah, we are.
Fox, CNN. I'm talking about
a lot.
Well, you got people still tuned in to
I know.
mainstream media wartime propaganda.
I know.
And then the pastors don't help either when they're doing end times prophecies with it. We got to bomb other countries in order for Jesus to return.
Well, those are getting called out too.
Yeah.
There's people countering and calling it out, and it has to. They have to.
Yeah.
Not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it.
So he's also okay with criticism. Any good leader is okay with criticism, right? Constructive criticism.
This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise
And he came out and said, I take responsibility for what took place in Cuba. I've never seen anybody do that since.
man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
Oh,
We
shit.
intend to accept
So it becomes a mistake when you refuse to correct it, and then you keep doing the same shit, expecting a different result. That's insanity.
Right.
So an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
That's right.
Wise men always a wise man should always be willing to change directions.
Yes, you're not supposed to. Yes. You
We
learn.
intend to accept full responsibility for our errors.
There you go.
And we expect you to point them out when we miss them.
Yep. 10-4, JFK.
Without debate,
Without
criticism,
okay.
no administration and no country can succeed.
Okay, can we send this to the guy that said fair weather MAGA guys, that we're everybody's fair weather MAGA?
That's right.
Because we're criticizing the administration?
You're supposed
You're supposed to. That's why he...
And what did Teddy Roosevelt say? You're not supposed to... Being a patriot means love for your country and the people.
Yeah.
It does not mean loyalty to any politician or even a president, is what he said.
Right. So without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, guys. Got to have the criticism, and we need to have the debate. We're not going to censor ourselves because Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to point out the 180s. He went from... He ran on no new wars, no regime change. You're supposed to say something when he flips.
That's right.
So he can correct himself.
That's right, but they're telling him he's at 100%. Everyone loves him, and that's what he believes.
Well,
right? He's not listening to the people.
Okay. Well, shit. You know what? He'll listen to you if you donate a few $1 million to his campaign. You can even get somebody
No, he needs to listen
out of jail.
to people. He needs to come out and see how everyone is living.
Have you ever seen
how
Trump?
We have the highest credit card debt right now because people are having to use credit cards to pay for their stuff.
Damn.
He needs to pay attention to the people. That's who he works for. Not his cabinet members, not his donors.
Not Hegseth, not Laura Loomer.
That's right.
Not Mark Levin.
That's right.
Not Lady G.
No republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution.
Damn.
Not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion.
Hey, I like triggering people. All right, sometimes you trigger people, brings them to anger. All right, then you have debate.
Debate.
Get them
That's
aroused.
what we're lacking, a good, healthy debates. Right?
Yeah.
You get shut down or kicked out, right?
Yeah.
Or personally attacked instead of debating on a topic. That's what no one's doing. They're attacking individuals.
Right.
Instead of the topic.
Right. attacking them
If
personally.
you stick with just the topic, you could have a good, healthy debate.
Yeah.
Where somebody could see both sides, right? And where they can agree on certain things.
So to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers, right? We're seeing that today with Iran. They want to send thousands of troops into them on a suicide mission, right?
Yeah.
Based on a bullshit lie from your bullshit intelligence agencies that are on the Epstein files.
Because they all have something to gain out of it.
Yeah, they're all
just like Kennedy said. The whole the generals were wanting to push that. They were even willing to kill American citizens to get it done. Now that's sick.
That's sick.
That's scary.
So indicate our crisis and our choices to lead, mold, and to mold, to lead, and to educate, and sometimes even anger some people.
Yeah.
Get all pissed off and butthurt like a snowflake sometimes, you know. Hey, I've been triggered a few times on some shit, but I had to figure out what.
We all have. We're human.
Anger, public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local.
Y'all heard that? It's not overseas and international, it's local. It's no longer far away and foreign. It's here, is what he's telling you.
That's right.
Y'all thinking about the wars in Iran? No, there's a silent one taking place on Americans right now, and they don't even realize it.
He's talking about the people that think they're running something. I ran something, but now I don't know if I am.
It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news.
Y'all heard that?
Understanding of the news.
Improved understanding.
Yes.
As well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And we intend to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But he didn't want that. Boy, he was, man, they see why they had to take him out.
So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
There you go.
That was good.
All right.
Free and independent is what the news is supposed to be.
Not biased and just blowing
Not
smoke up your
biased.
ass because you're a Republican or a Democrat.
But the news channels, they get paid billions of dollars.
Billions, millions. Look at
propaganda.
Look at Sean Hannity. He's like the richest, one of the richest personalities on Fox.
Why do you think they had all these different podcasts? Because that's how you everyone can speak on how they see things, and then you have alternatives, you have different viewpoints, right? And then you can kind of piece it together yourself, right? That's what you're supposed to do, instead of what the mainstream media has been doing is narrating the vision they want you to see, and that's all you got.
And here's an example of some of that. I'm going to play a little bit of the Stabby Sabs here for a second. The Texas oil explosion, U.S. lockdown coming, right?
No detail. Think even though propaganda would allow you to believe that was the case. Press TV shared this. An explosion has occurred in the Valero oil refinery in Port Arthur, Texas. No details have been released yet about the cause of the explosion or any potential damage and casualties. I want to show you one of the videos here. This is pretty messy. Look.
Yeah, this happens quite often at that plant. So this ain't the first time.
Videos there. If you're from Texas, if you were close to this area, let me know in the chat. I want to show you another one. There's different angles of that explosion here. This is Port Arthur, Texas. Check this out. Woo! Now, despite what people would have you believe, this was not a sleeper cell from Iran. This was not a terrorist attack. But many have been pushing that message. And I want to show you one of them, which was they're kind of sneaky about the way that they went about doing this.
They're trying to use the propaganda to make us think that we're under attack from another country within our own country, so that they can justify what they wanted, the 200 billion they want to send for more war in Iran, while veterans here in America are homeless and hungry and addicted, and have or 180,000 veterans are in our private prison system right now, and all they needed was help. And they they put them in jail while your politicians stay in there and commit all these crimes.
And they make money off of it.
And they make money off the veterans when they're
money off of it. They have contracts with them. They have to fill them up.
Let me show you this. This account here on X called U.S. Homeland Security News. You see the name?
Iranian sleeper cells.
U.S. Homeland Security News. Commentary accounts. So this account, from what I understand, is not affiliated with the federal government, but it gives the perception that it could be. And if you don't actually click on the account, you may miss this, right? So let me show you what they said about this.
So what you do is you click that, and it tells you exactly what it is, so you don't.
There's a bunch of those.
But if you just see,
I saw on Facebook, there's so many different articles, but if you look and check it out, it's like it will say AI, right?
Yeah.
Or run it through AI, and it will tell you. There's a lot of these sensational clips that are just lies.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be defense_civil 25 like that's
right.
Right.
Just because they have like 1 million followers and they're only following like 500 people, it doesn't mean anything really. They could have bought all those million, and then they're checking out 500 people, like probably all the Elon Musk accounts. How many do you think there's probably I don't even know. There could be 1,000 Elon Musk accounts.
I don't give a shit what Elon says. Yeah, so this plant has blown up like several times, but it's funny, like this is the one where the sleeper cells did it. Like, I know people that have been in these plant explosions personally, right? Especially in that one a few years back. And they live to tell about it in our training. Right? When you go into these plants as a pipe fitter or whatever like that, you got to go through all these briefings and safety things, and you'll talk to a lot of guys in there that have been through these explosions, but never until yesterday was it considered a sleeper cells did it. That's so funny. It's not funny, but it is. It's crazy.
Alert! Iran sleeper cells strike American oil refinery in Texas. America is under attack. Let's see how many views this got, and then we'll get to the community note. Over 302.9K views saw this.
They get some hellacious views there.
I see that stuff all.
But see, the lies go viral and the truth gets suppressed.
Yes.
This is a perfect example of that. Right?
It got one.
Oh, Nadine, Elon's drilling tunnels right now in Texas.
Oh,
1.8K likes. So we know at least 1,800.
Yeah, he does rockets, tunnels, you name it, man. That dude's jack of all trades.
They're talking about having a fast, the speed trail. What's it called? Speed train.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Yeah.
People saw it and believed it just like that outright. Didn't look to see if it was anything else.
Nope. Don't check to see if it's misinformation, disinformation.
That is the issue.
This is the issue.
People don't go check, and now we have AI that you can use as a tool. Run those stories through it to have it verify it.
So what X is doing is allowing propaganda to be used on their platform.
Yes. And that thing came across my feed, and it wasn't retweeted or anything, so it shouldn't have really come across my feed. So they're getting special placement too to throw it out to everybody.
Oh yeah, look at that, 300,000 views.
That's why that section
2,000 people liked it. Look, they even clicked like. And this is a propaganda bot account. And I wonder if you can sue them, but The Smith Monk that they made it all legal.
No, that's what that section. What is it? 230.
Yeah.
That's when that's going to go in effect. And actually, that's what I was going to talk about. That Texas has an Artificial Intelligence Government Act, HB 149. It's called TRIAGA. Anyways, it's supposed to eliminate that generative AI things that are like bots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I always usually go to the rate it and I'll rate things. If it helped, yeah, I'll give it good marks. But sometimes they're like overbearing those, you know, with the ratings and giving people bad marks.
Right.
The community note appeared later, and for those who are not...
Oh, it appeared later. It should have appeared immediately. Not after 300,000 people have already consumed this shit and went and told their buddy at the water cooler at work.
Just like that guy that has that Homeland Security thing, and people are actually ICE. They were people are actually reporting people to his channel.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Fake.
Yep. The
He's
school teacher that reported the parents for being illegal and they had the kid.
Yeah.
Yep. So what happens is somebody read this and then went and told their buddies, and then 300,000 people tell another 300,000. One person apiece. That's 600,000 people that now think that sleeper cells. And now imagine those 600,000 people go tell another 600,000, and then there you go. You get a few million people that all of a sudden everybody's.
And they also came in really hard with the community notes. So now when we see community note, well, not me, but when they see community notes, they're kind of just blowing them off.
Well, this community, right? This community, I looked for the community note, but this one didn't come in until later. She said, after.
On X and are not aware, I do want to let you know, unfortunately, by the time a community note is added to a post, oftentimes it's already too late because hundreds of thousands of people, sometimes millions, have already seen it, and then they start to spread that information. So you see, they're just putting anything out.
Yep.
The community note said the explosion at the Valero refinery in Port Arthur, Texas.
So until this stops, we're going to have problems with trying to get somewhere with the people, and they know that. That's why Mike Johnson didn't want to get rid of the Smith Monk Act.
Right.
They wanted to keep it.
That's why they're doing it. They're putting the heat on the platforms, right? That they'll be held responsible, which can be good and bad at the same time. Right.
Was likely caused by an industrial heater malfunction and is not linked to Iranian sleeper cells or terrorism. Do you guys see how something like this can spread? Flock said that account is fake, but see how many people liked it? Yeah. See how many people saw it? Measured Man said it's too late. People consumed and they don't go back and check correction. Exactly. The goal is not necessarily to have the information correct. The goal is to get the information out immediately and to have it go viral. Measured Man is right. Most people will not go back and check to see if that was actually the case. Now, the local news, they did cover this, and I want you to see their perspective here. Again, if you're in Port Arthur, Texas, let me know, or near there, let me know.
Plus, as we follow breaking news from Port Arthur, I'm Cleaver Rhodes.
And I'm Nick Canizales. The explosion happened at Valero plant in Port Arthur around 6:25 this evening. Let's take a look at now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Now, we know that residents felt this blast as far away as Bridge City. They felt tremors. Antonio Mitchell with the Port Arthur Fire Department said that we don't have units at the scene. Currently, they're rolling there right now. The type of incident is unknown at this time. Now, we do know that Facebook, and we've received a lot of calls about this explosion. Like I said, that has put off a lot of smoke right now.
Right, and it's unclear what caused it. We don't know if there are any injuries right now. We do know that it started around 6:25 today whenever authorities got the call. Multiple people called dispatch line saying that they felt the boom, they heard it, and we also know that the extent of the damage is not yet confirmed. Again, like we've been saying, multiple people have been even calling into our station. You can just see the thick black smoke, the plumes of clouds. It's near the intersection of Highway 87 and Highway 82 at that Valero plant.
Listen, so do you see how people took that information and they ran with it? Eric, let's go to part 2 so I can pull up that report. People took that and ran with it. I see this again as another false flag. That's what I see it as. Could have just been, they still don't know all the details, but it could have just been a worker or work-related incident. These things do happen sometimes at the oil refineries. But I wasn't one to say, oh, it's a sleeper cell. But a lot of the pro-war accounts that were on X took that and ran with it. A lot of the Trump stan accounts took that information and ran with it. Now,
Why would they take that and run with it? Because it goes with their narrative and trying to get escalation in Iran.
Yes. Which is dangerous.
Which is dangerous. What accounts did she say they ran with it? Hold on.
Or so it's a whoa, but a lot of the pro-war accounts that were
A lot of the pro-war accounts of people pushing the warmongering, trying to get you to agree with it, and then people
on X took that and ran with it. A lot of the Trump stand accounts took that information.
Trump stand? Is that what you said? What is a Trump stand? Oh, Trump stand accounts. What's a Trump?
And ran with it. Now, one of the things that did happen because
So MAGA pushing it online, fake news.
People that are pro-war.
The people that are pro-war, okay.
Because of this oil explosion in Texas was that there was a temporary shelter-in-place order. And that brings me to this. When I ask you in that poll question, are you prepared for another possible lockdown? Get ready. The IEA report. Everybody needs to check this out. And Eric and I can put the link to this in the chat for you guys so you can look at the full report yourself. The IEA report, they already have this plan called sheltering from oil shocks. How convenient, huh? Almost like they knew what was about to go down. This is the infographic here, overview recommended measures. So let's look at this together, guys. Sheltering from oil shocks. Look at this. Encourage public transportation. They're showing you the graphics. Alternate day car access to big cities. Work from home. Lower highway speed. Increase car sharing, so carpooling.
Wow, just like the 70s, remember? Remember we played the 70s crisis? They lowered the speed limit to 55 and they wanted people to carpool and
drive commercial vehicles, free up LPG from transport for cooking. You guys see the whole plan? Switch to alternative modern cooking solutions. Avoid air travel.
Yeah, no more gas. They want you to get the electric burners.
Be flexible with petchem feedstocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know they already have an entire plan mapped out for a
scamdemic 2.0, but it's going to be an energy demic 2.0.
Another shelter in place, i.e. lockdown, but this time not in the case of a pandemic, in the case of oil. What would be the coincidence of that, considering we're at war with Iran right now?
We're repeating history, just like the 70s oil crisis. They did the same thing, Iran and Israel and America.
And obviously oil is a big issue.
And we don't even get our oil from over there.
No.
10 or 15%. Very little.
You go to the website here, it's IEA.org.
There you go.
And they talk about the energy system. They talk about fossil fuels, renewables, electricity, all these types of things. But let's get into this so-called shelter in place strategy. Because this is going to sound very familiar. If you were in the US in 2020, this is going to sound familiar to many of you folks, many of you. So here we go. Road transport fuels. These are all the things that they are recommending. Number one, they're saying work from home where possible. Sound familiar? Returning back to remote work, having people meet on Zoom instead of having those office meetings in person. Working from home can reduce oil consumption, it says, from private vehicles used to commute. While not all jobs are suitable for working from home, it can be an effective measure when jobs allow for it, right? Sound familiar? It talks about the impact it will have on commuting, because if you're working from home, they're already getting ready, guys. This is what I'm saying. They're already getting ready. Here's number two, reduce speed limits on highways by at least 10 kilometers an hour, which is going to have an impact on you as a commuter because number one, you have to drive slower, which means it's going to take you longer to get to work. So now instead of leaving your house at 7 or 7:30, you may have to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on how far your job is. If you're one of those workers that can't work from home.
What if we run out of gas and we do it like the Flintstones?
That's so funny.
There we go. That's definitely going to take forever if they put us in that position, huh?
They're talking about lowering the speed limit on highways can reduce oil consumption for passenger cars, like commercial vehicles and trucks. That's number two. They even talk about how the government can enable it. Governments can mandate a reduction in speed limits by law or launch an information campaign asking drivers to voluntarily lower their speed. So if the government mandates it and you don't follow that government mandate, what could happen? You could get a ticket.
Oh, shit. Then they make more money. Wow, this is a full circle thing here.
Oh, yeah.
So now that you take it from 75 miles an hour down to 55,
waste.
Right.
Right?
Hey, we got to conserve. It's the patriot thing to do. We don't want Iran to get some freaking nukes, guys. It's okay to pay $10 a gallon. Shit.
Maybe arrested. I don't know. All I know is they're already mentioning the word mandate again. If we go
mandate. So they're bringing
What is
back
the mandate? A suggestion.
a mandate is Obama and Michelle.
Suggestion. It's a suggestion. It's not law. Okay? Not law.
number 3, encourage public transport. Hey, I'm all for public transportation. There's just one problem though. Every city doesn't have public transportation. I mean, when I lived in South Carolina, like we didn't have public transportation. Like you had to have a car. So if you live somewhere where there's no public transportation readily available, what are you?
Man, them electric bikes are kind
I
of
think
coming
we need
handy.
to get the little mopeds.
Get them electric bicycles.
You supposed to do?
Hey, I'll get an electric bicycle and fly past everybody on the freeway at 55.
Hey, you have that video of that chubby guy on the duck that was what was it, a lawnmower?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, we watched this old guy who tried to outrun he did outrun the police on his lawnmower, riding lawnmower. He was cutting through all the neighborhoods. They were trying to chase him. It was so funny. And I mean, he got away and they went and arrested him later, but he was cutting through all the neighborhoods.
I want to invent a steam engine. I'll go with water.
There you go.
There
That's
you
what
go.
we need.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Scamdemic 2.0. Buckle up, my friends.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I forgot. I totally forgot.
Just like
Short term pain, long term.
just like slow the curve, right?
14 days to
During
slow the
COVID.
curve.
Yeah.
14 days to slow
Yeah.
the curve.
Remember that saying we all said, never again?
Never. But here we are. It's just a different form of a crisis.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain.
Short-term pay for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain.
Man.
And who's in pain? Not them.
Meanwhile, they're selling $35,000 purses at Mar-a-Lago for charity.
Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short.
Let's shut these people here, man. Go look at how much their net worth is. You think they give a shit about $10 a gallon?
Right.
You think Jesse Waters really gives a shit about $10 a gallon? He lives in New York. He probably only have a car.
They don't even drive.
No, they have people pick them up.
Fast rail trains underground.
Well, they have private security pick them up from Fox Station. The same private security that was supposed to be protecting Charlie Kirk. The Schaefer Group protects. Was also, you see her on. If you go to Schaefer Group's website, she's on there with them. That security
Look
group.
at all the congressmen and stuff. They rode the fast trails underneath the White House, underneath the underground. That's what they ride.
Right. Anybody seen Pelosi at the gas station in California ever? Never.
I've never seen any of them ever in public.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the short term. Short-term and temporary.
Temporary, short-term pain.
It's going to suck in the short term.
Some short-term pain.
Short-term pain. We have to focus on the short term.
Can we just get the people on the Epstein files arrested, please, and some justice being served, or what? Why are we doing all this? What's going on here?
See what we do this time.
Oh, so this is what we get for demanding justice from a representative.
No, because what we didn't do during COVID.
Oh, this
short term.
Short-term. Short-term.
Short-term.
Term and long-term.
Short term.
Guys, this is Mockingbird Media, MK Ultra, Military Industrial Complex, CIA. Look, CNN, CIA. Why do they show the CNN clips on on movies? When you watch a movie, you always see CNN coming in on the TV.
Hopefully this is a short-term pain. Short-term is highly outweighed of the long-term benefits.
Some short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain.
Short-term pay for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain. Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the
Damn, did this repeat? Oh my God, I'm gonna start believing that shit if I keep hearing it. And that's the goal. They want you to go repeat this to your. I've even heard somebody say this online. It's short-term pain for long-term gain, guys. Come on. I'm like, you're really repeating those talking points you just heard on? So you
That's
can kinda,
embarrassing.
you can tell who's watching, who's glued to the damn Fox and CNN and ABC and CNBC and MSDNC and you name the rest, right? Doesn't matter. You can see they're all saying, why are they all channels saying the same thing here? Look at them, Fox, CNN. What is this? ABC saying the same thing. Fox again. News Nation. Fox again. I don't know who the hell it is. Bloomberg. Yeah, Bloomberg. Fox again. CNN. Fox. Fox Business. Fox News. CNN. CNN. Fox Business. What is this one? State of Affairs. Steve Bruto. Jack Citarelli. He's a Republican candidate for New Jersey governor. He's really going to run for governor, but yet he's a part of the Mockingbird media? Surely he's not a part of it. Just
Yeah,
like,
he's fully trained.
did you know that? Right. Did you know the Virginia governor, I think, is also, she's ex-CIA?
Yeah, you played that the other night, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They don't, they keep it in the house, don't they? Fox, Sunday morning, Meet the Press, NBC, Newsmax, all of them. Man, y'all can't escape this. Really can't. Does anybody else have anything? Try not to travel if you don't have to, because TSA isn't being funded, the lines are long. They got ICE in there handing out water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Trump's blaming it on the Democrats for the funding, but it was actually Trump told the Republicans not to vote with the Democrats. And here's the list of the Republicans that didn't vote for the funding of the TSA.
Senators voting in the negative: Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Britt, Capito, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer,
Damn, those sound like Republicans to me.
Crapo, Cruz, Ernst.
They all voted not to fund TSA, but they go on the news and tell you the Democrats.
But they all voted for ICE to be funded till 2029.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Fisher, Graham, Grassley.
Graham? Lindsey? Is that Lindsey Graham?
Yeah.
Grassley? Chuck Grassley voted not to fund the TSA? Chuck. What's up with those Grassley comms? Are we still doing the Grassley comms?
Stop. Don't even
Where
go
he gets
there.
the corn and then that's the harvest is coming?
Haggerty, Hawley, Hoven, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kennedy, Langford, Lummis, Marshall, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Mullen, Ricketts, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of South Carolina, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, and Wicker. Senators voting in the negative.
Okay, there you go. But then you go turn on Fox and it's the Democrats. Or you go look at Trump's True Social and he blames the Democrats. Right? The craziness. This is crazy to me.
Yeah, even Kennedy was in there. It's this. Oh, but it's not my guy. No, it's your guy. It's your fucking guy.
Oh, wait till you hear this one.
That literally nobody's talking about. Okay, so if you pay close attention on every single airplane ticket that you buy, there is something called the September 11th security fee. It's $5.60. It's on every single ticket, and you pay it up front. Now, according to the TSA website,
September 11th security fee. Has anybody got flown? Can y'all tell me on your receipt if they have this? That's crazy. So they use 9/11 to do all this. Look at the money they're making.
Pay it up front. Now, according to the TSA website, the passenger fee, also known as the September 11th security fee,
Okay.
is collected by air carriers from passengers at the time air transportation is purchased, and then the air carriers are supposed to remit these fees to TSA. So in other words, you and I are directly paying for security at airports.
So where's the funding? See, that's all bullshit. They're
That
fucking
was
with
like
us.
60 bucks or
Exactly.
something, like 60 or $70.
Uh-huh.
So they need people to stay clueless. Don't do your research. Don't wake up. Stay asleep.
That
Keep blaming the
don't notice
Democrats. Keep
anything.
blaming the Republicans when you
It's
pay for
all
it.
part of the game. Yeah, get out of that. Step back and look at it. Look at it without being left or right.
So in other words, you and I are directly paying for security at airports. But what's been happening over the last decade plus is that Congress has diverted the aviation security revenue away from TSA into general deficit reduction. And so the fees that we're paying, the fees that the passengers are paying specifically for airport security, has now been swept into the broader federal budget through multiple bipartisan agreements, meaning that both parties are down with this.
Both parties are down with the equal opportunity raping of the people. So they created this from 9/11, got the funds there for the TSA, and then they took those funds and they redirected them somewhere else. And now they're creating this situation at the airports we see today to cause chaos and to have an excuse as to why the next little hijacking takes place. Oh, well, it's the Democrats. They didn't fund it. Let's blame it on them, right? So you already see the plot.
It's bad cop, good cop. That's how they play the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So we already see the stage being set for something to happen because there was no TSA to check this guy. The shoe bomber may show up all of a sudden again. Right.
Bipartisan agreements, meaning that both parties
bipartisan fuckery
are down with this. AKA the fee that you and I pay, that all the passengers pay, is not actually being used to fund TSA like it's supposed to, but rather it's thrown in some massive slush fund. So in other words, we are paying for a service that they are not providing. So FYI, if you've missed your flight because of the government shutdown or long security lines or whatever, you can actually demand a refund from the airline for this fee that you've paid. Anyway, hope that helps and be safe out there, guys.
All right, there you go.
So all this, like we were talking about the gas is supposed to go toward gas tax is supposed to go towards roads infrastructure, and it doesn't. It goes funneled out somewhere else. That's why our roads look like crap. That's why our bridges are falling down. It's going to the police and pensions and all sorts of stuff and God knows where else. But it's not going where they said it was supposed to go, is the point.
When you see ICE agents, being deployed, what goes through your mind?
I like it. I mean, I think Trump's doing a hell of a job. I like it.
Most of the travelers we spoke with say, while it's disappointing the current shutdown is having a negative impact on TSA staff, they're pleased to see ICE agents stepping in.
They're protecting us. Yeah, they're doing a good job.
When you see ICE agents, being deployed.
All right, so they think ICE is protecting them. That's not the case, right? And like you were saying, Ms. Sheepdog, about the roads.
Well, they're making them serve. That's why they're handing out water. They redirected them.
Right, y'all remember this bridge that fell? It's still not built. The one in Baltimore. Look, where's the money?
The one you showed in Louisiana, that bridge.
Yeah.
It's like all corroded, about to snap.
Where's the money?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't go where it's supposed to go.
Where's the construction of the bridge?
And we're paying that.
This was
everyone on a day-to-day basis.
So this was in Baltimore. Y'all remember this? The Key Bridge? It's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
And look at it. Still not built. But hey, we got $200 billion to send overseas for a war. So Israelis get U.S. taxpayer subsidized healthcare, college, and they also get wars. U.S. taxpayers get to eat shit. It's now been 2 years since this bridge has been fixed. Look at it. Still sitting there. No, it's not even hurt anybody out there. Here we are, America last.
I wonder if they raised the road taxes to rebuild that bridge that ain't been rebuilt yet.
Right, probably.
You know
Well,
what
the
I'm
road
saying?
taxes, right?
Because
It wa-
each state determines their gas tax that's supposed to go to this, right? Some are
Mhm.
higher and some are lower. That's why you see in California the gas is so much higher. It's the gas tax because they're all paying the same amount per barrel, so it
It's
shouldn't be
crazy,
different.
Uh-huh. Huh. But
Yep.
I'm just like, yeah, I could see this because I know a long time ago they passed this is a long time ago. You ever heard of wheel tax? This was in
Okay.
Tennessee. This was in Tennessee in Lincoln County. This was back probably, gosh, probably the 80s, maybe early 90s. Anyway, the town agreed, okay, we'll pass this wheel tax. And you had to buy a sticker, put on your windshield, and you had to pay like, I think it was $25 more, just like when you go to renew your tag.
Yeah.
Well, this was added on, a
Oh
wheel
my
tax.
gosh, that's
And
crazy.
it was supposed to rebuild the roads and blah, blah, blah. And it was only supposed to be for a certain length of time. Guess what? It never went away, as far as I know. So
Wow.
Right?
That's
I'm
like
like,
the
what?
toll
And
bridge.
people were fussing because they're like, we didn't agree to this, and our roads still look like crap.
Uh-huh.
And they're still like, what's this wheel tax? This thing needs to go bye bye.
Yeah. Just
It's
like
not
the toll.
doing anything but costing the people a $25 sticker, and you better have it on your windshield.
That's right.
You know, crazy.
Just
Better
like
have
the
that stick.
toll tax, the toll, right?
The
That was
toll
supposed to
bridge.
until
Yeah,
it was paid.
Yeah.
It's still going on today, and it's been
still
how long?
going on.
Well, I was born in the late 70s, so the bridge was there getting tolls then, and it's 2026. So yeah, they're still doing tolls.
Hmm.
The bridge paid for itself 50,000 times already.
Oh yeah,
$2 a pop every time you cross the bridge
it's crazy.
for 50, 60 years.
It's crazy.
I wonder if they got a foot tax. In case
Look, the Flintstone
you think
car.
we get a foot tax, they're probably taxes on our feet if we did this.
They'll be calling it pedestrian tax.
And we probably get a ticket going too slow.
Gonna get some calluses on them feet, boy, doing the Flintstones.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right, guys, y'all got anything? Anybody got anything? I think we pretty much kicked ass tonight on reminding people of the past so that we can make sense of what we're dealing with right now
That's right.
and make better
Ladies and
decisions.
gentlemen, the First Lady of the
Dame Gospod.
Guys, if we're living in the Twilight Zone,
My gosh.
this really happened.
Yeah.
Because priorities. In the middle of a war. Oh, is that Macron's husband? I mean, wife right there?
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Right the first time.
What is he doing there?
Probably going on a date with that robot. Or a date with Melania.
Or she is a robot.
Yeah.
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting.
Wow.
I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America.
Oh my God.
I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
What?
Wow.
Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso.
Hey, we just signed an executive order. You can't speak Spanish in the White House, okay?
They can speak any language.
Well, that's against Is this for the children?
To be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
Empower children with technology and education. It's got an American flag on its chest.
Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso. Bienvenue. Bem-vindos. Ahlan wa sahlan.
If this thing says Allah Akbar, I'm gonna laugh.
One of the little kids stands up. My parents can't afford my lunch money, but we can afford a freaking robot.
Now you know where all that money's going, where that $2.3 trillion went from the Pentagon.
Yeah, that is creepy, Lordy.
Oh, and that girl robot can kick your ass just as well as a boy
Oh,
robot.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shagatam. Mogisalmabit.
Allah Akbar.
Bruchim aba'im. Laskavo prosimo. Dobrodoshli. Thank you.
Gracias.
That was one of those Be Best shows that she puts on.
Right?
Yeah,
What
there
the
was
hell?
a card.
I
There was
wish-
a card on the table.
I wish that thing would kind of malfunction and start pimp
Well,
slapping
the only
everybody.
one that
I
can
know.
afford those are them, and those things might turn on them.
Maybe we can,
Like in Terminator.
maybe
Yeah.
we can get them to do this. Send these fuckers into Congress and take care of business. Replace Congress with these bots.
Hey, it might happen.
Hey, y'all never thought you'd see this day, did you? You thought this was all a conspiracy
Only
theory,
in the
huh?
movies.
Who thought this was just a conspiracy theory and what do they write in the books? Those certain kind of books where they write about things like this in the future.
Oh, sci-fi.
Sci-fi
Yeah.
books. You thought this was a sci-fi book? It's coming to reality.
There was a lot of people that wanted one of those Rosie ladies
yeah.
to clean their houses, but they weren't going into this stuff. Rosie never looked like that.
On the Jetsons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're way past the Jetsons. We're going where no robot's gone before. All right. Here we go. All right, guys. That's our world today. Enjoy.
Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Miss Glendia, for coming on and speaking up tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Nadine.
It's Nadine.
Yeah.
Love light.
Good night.
I hear the echoes of the ages in the concrete dust. Kings sitting on thrones while the rest of us trust that the bread won't shrink, that the rent won't rise, but the price tag jumping like it's powered by lies. Opportunistic inflation, yeah, they call it the market, but the greed been ancient since the first man sparked it. From Pharaoh's gold house to the Wall Street floors, it's the same old script with 1,000 new doors. They tax our sweat and they sell us hope, turn our struggle into profit while we try to cope. But I'm done being quiet, done playing it tough. Turn the bass up loud, tell the world we had enough, yeah. All the way back, same game, new mess, we done.
We had enough, yeah, we had enough. Pushing on our backs while they call it love. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. True cut deep, but it's strong and rough. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. Clones in the crowd, but we rise above. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. This time we speak, this time we up.
From the temples of Babylon to the corporate towers, power been feeding on the people for hours. Rich versus poor, that's the oldest war. Dress it up in new clothes, but the bones still sore. They lobby the laws, they whisper in ears. They shape the world quality while we drown in fears. But the truth ain't hidden, it's just buried in noise. And they hope we stay busy with distractions and toys. But the ground is rumbling, the veil getting thin. People waking up to the shape we in. And if justice is a mountain, then we climbing it rough. Hands in the air, shouting loud, we had enough.
Rise up,
stand tall.
truth time. If Jesus walked in right now, what would he see? A world built on profit instead of dignity. We flip more tables than the ones in the past. Call out every leader who worship cash. He said,
love your neighbor, not your bottom line. Lift the broken, don't leave them behind. Truth ain't a weapon, it's a light in the dark. And greed is a fire that'll swallow your heart. You look at the world and say, you already know enough to do better.
so why ain't you doing it?
Silence.
Then the beat. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. Opportunistic greed trying to call our bluff. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. Ancient chains break when the people stand up. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. Bones in the crowd, but we rise above. We had enough, yeah, we had enough. This time we speak, this time we up. No